I would imagine. Well, I'm surprised you're not fan. Like beignets? Are you serious? If I lived in New Orleans and had beignets and shrimp po' boys,
fucking beignets.
I've never even had one, but I just see it and it just looks.
There used to be a place in Boulder.
Baby formula too, actually down there.
Baby formula.
You see a lot of the sisters drinking baby formula outside of the French Quarter. Yeah. I don't know if you ever noticed
In a bottle?
that.
What do they do?
Huh?
In a bottle?
No. Just a can, bro. They fucking it's just canning up. It's true, man. A couple of sisters out there canning up.
It's, it's weird you're talking about this. Because I think that, like, my best eating period, you start off skinny. You work out in high school, you play football. I had a friend that used to eat a box of fucking cereal for breakfast and an Entenmann's cake. How the fuck that and a gallon of milk? Whatever the fuck the milk is with the cereal.
Was he driving truck? That's insane.
No, he was in high school. He would lift weights and then I was eating too. I had a great appetite. And then I moved to Colorado and they took away the night eating. There's no more drinking and going to eat what I was used to eating, which was an open steak sandwich at 2 a.m. with a bowl of cream of turkey soup.
And not even brushing your teeth.
Shit. Just going to bed with dirty teeth and shit.
Son, that's how I do it.
Fuck yeah. Fucked up.
So that's where I'm from, man. A place you go to bed with dirty teeth.
You get dirty teeth and you don't, I don't eat here at night. I go home. If I'm really high, I'll eat whatever my wife cooked, which is controlled. It's like a chicken cutlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not like 20 chicken cutlets. Well, there's 20 chicken cutlets. You could fuck shit up. There'll be like one leftover chicken cutlet. I'll eat a chicken cutlet, eat an apple. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. I've been lucky all week. My mom has been here for almost a week.
No
and
way.
I haven't eaten this good in 4 years.
She's making breakfast?
She hasn't made, we've been sleeping a little late. A couple days she made breakfast, but it's been like she made brisket. She made a couple kinds of different kinds of chicken, and it just
I like all of that.
Stacked all my entire fridge is full now for like
I
the
like
next few
peach
weeks.
cobbler.
Oh, she made icebox cake. Have you ever had that? All you do is you take a layer of graham crackers and you have to get the cook and serve pudding, not like pudding cups, but you have to cook pudding, and you just do layers of pudding and graham cracker. You put it in the fridge and let it freeze up, and then put some whipped cream on it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if I went to a concert, do you think I'm bringing a hamster home with fucking ACDC? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna be fucked up the whole night with this hamster in my pocket.
But when you leave, Coco, when you leave the place, that's when we get you, bro. You get it there. People are leaving. They're on ecstasy pills. They're on Molly. You leave. You get that fucking hams. You get that warm little piece of God in their hands. They buy it every time, bro.
I was on the Rogan podcast and I told the truth. My main alpha trait: if anybody ever fucks with you, come to me.
Yeah.
Don't say nothing to him. You come to me and you go, "This guy fucked with me and this and this way," and I'll ask you a bunch of questions, and we'll lay a road plan for you to torture this guy, bitch slap him, shoot him. Or just fuck with him, light his house on fire,
or fuck him,
steal his mail, whatever the fuck. And I first, when I was a kid, I really was the best. Like, if you fucked with me, I'd just wait and rob your house. Like, I just rob your fucking house. That's it. Like, you're getting your house robbed. That's it.
That's always the plan.
And I'm taking the most important thing to you in that fucking house.
What would you steal?
I would steal 8-ball cash, jewelry. But if I knew they loved their sneakers, I'm taking the sneakers too. So when you see them, they're like, man, somebody busted into my house and took my sneakers. They took my mother's jewelry.
You just steal their spoons, bro.
Everything. Anything that I knew would get them. I'm a professional torturer. And when I got to Boulder in 87, I got to Boulder in December
in Colorado?
of 86. Yeah, I was running from cops and drug dealers. I owed like $60,000 in cash.
So you went to Boulder?
I was in Aspen, fucking causing damage. in 86. Oh, please, you have no idea, dog. I was international. You understand? So I'm up in Aspen, I fuck up, and the girl I'm with from Boulder, I had already a warrant in Boulder. And I'm like, let's take a chance. Let's move back to Boulder. I got pulled over, no warrant, but I got arrested for fucking reefer. It doesn't really matter. The whole story is I got a job the week before fucking Denver gets beat up by the Giants in the Super Bowl. Like that fucking Thursday, I started the job. And
Lee's on the griddle over here, son.
He's fucked up.
Hang in there,
bro. He's
bro.
gonna start seeing devils in a second.
I love it.
We'll cut it short and then we'll We'll do a Periscope with the lights off. Just Black Sabbath. We sold our soul for rock and roll. And we'll lock the door and make bets to see how long it takes before Lee comes shooting out the window.
Oh, we locked this big girl in our town. We locked this big girl one time. We ate some acid. And we locked this big girl into a room at this party. And we kept going in there with fucking pots of fucking warm water, fucking pouring it on her. I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look. We was kids and we were on acid, dude. And then, bro,
you can't tell me this story when I'm straight. You gotta tell me on mushrooms. You locked the girl.
I just remembered.
How old were you?
I just remembered.
How old were you?
Probably 16.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, but here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. That way it makes it sound not as bad, bro. But look, she ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us, dude. And what happened was, and we kept going in the room with like these pots of warm. I don't know why we had the pots of warm water because I think we just were fucked up, dude. And we would like pour a little on her, but not like torture. She wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, free range in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And then one time we went in, bro. We heard this loud sound and we went in. And
I wonder why.
She had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro. Had fucking moved the entire wall in this house, dude. Huge girl, about 240 pounds. Beautiful girl, too. The most beautiful, biggest girl that I've ever known.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful hair, beautiful face. Large and beautiful. But she fucking got lifted, bro. And, yeah, man, fuck. I just came down a little bit off that fuck. I just had a little mushroom fucking high, bro.
Fuck yeah. So I get
what were you talking about? You were in Boulder.
I get this job in Boulder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making dick for wages, and they put me as a shagger. It's a body shop, combination detail shop. Uh-huh. And they made me a shagger, which means I clean bathrooms, I take garbage out, I pick up customers, and it was $175 a week for like 90 fucking hours. Like I was the first one there.
God.
I had to be there at 7. The thing opened at 8:30 or 8. And I had to be there at 7 to fucking sweep and
For
shovel
$175
snow.
a week?
For $175 a week.
Wow.
I'll fucking clean off all the cars, start them all up, warm them in, bring them into the body shop according to order numbers. I did the whole thing, man. And I liked it. Listen, I was fucked up for a long time. This was a great little job for me. But you know what, man? $175 for all these hours. These motherfuckers are getting a little fat off me. And I'm like, fuck it. I want to go in the detail shop. So I started petitioning to go in the detail shop. I was a really good fucking shagger, so they knew my work ethic. The guy was from fucking New York State, Steve something. There's so many fucking Steves in my life that every time I look up his name on fucking Facebook, but he was good to me, Steve. In fact, Steve was the dude who introduced me to Steven Tidwell, the dude who I kidnapped Kent Vela with. So, that's how I knew all these guys. So I petitioned Steve. I go, Steve, that's it, man. I'm a great shagger. I want the fucking job in the back. I'm sick and tired of making $175.
Yeah.
I want to make $200 a fucking day like these fucking ganooks.
Yeah.
So one of the guys heard me, and he didn't like me. His name was Dirk something.
Oh, fucking Dirk. Dirty
And
Dirk.
Dirk wasn't a tough guy, but he was one of these guys that would fight me to the end. And he had the body shop guys. He had the whatever guys, the
detailers?
The detailers.
They were on his side?
And the detailers were kind of a little cunty.
Right.
But, I knew like 2 of them that were really cool. The other 2 were cunty. And then
because
he
they were
was the
above you.
supervisor. Yeah, and he was the supervisor.
It's hierarchy.
So I said, how am I going to get this motherfucker? I see a dead rat in a corner.
Oh.
And I took it and I put it in his jacket pocket. Damn. That's old school. I put it in his jacket pocket. The next morning, this guy comes in with a dent in his car and the jacket holding on to it. He drove home all night with the mouse in his pocket. And then the next morning, he fucking started his car, reached in for a pack of cigarettes, and there's this fucking rat in his pocket. And he crashed the car. He fucking got
That's what the dent was for?
Oh, fuck yeah. He fucked up the side of his car. into like a tree or something like that. Fuck him. You know me, dog. He loved this car. He was one of those dudes. I love this car. He would wax it out every day and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Poor Lee.
Oh, looking beautiful, man.
I took Lee too deep. Lee,
Like
do another star to bounce you out.
Yeah, you gotta fucking
balance
even
out
out,
your
bro.
pH.
You need some fucking a little bit of horchata, bro. We need to fucking hit up the Mexican milkmaid, bro. Get her to spray in your mouth a little, fucking Lee. Get you back. You got a baby bird you a little. Get you back on the branch. Get you back on the branch.
Lee is fucked up. For you people who are not watching this,
dude.
live.
I remember one time we fuck.
You gonna me out to death. What you gonna me to death?
I'm gonna mean it. Anything you say to death is always funny. Yes, a little death.
Yes, me to death.
Joey's fucking tied $1 million.
I used to have a friend that he was describing the girl I was dating to me. It was her father. And he goes, thank God you got her off me. He goes, when she was a kid, I used to call her Dollar to Death because she dollar to death. Dollar to Death. That's a great fucking name.
What does that mean?
Dollar to Death. Give me a dollar. Give me a dollar. Give me how many fucking dollars?
Yeah.
How many fucking dollars do you need in a day? It was dollar to death.
Dude, I remember this. Yeah, now I feel bad about what we did to that bigger girl, bro.
You can't, you know.
But we didn't do it because she was big. We just did it. She just wanted to. She just got fucked up and she couldn't get out the room. You know, like I got fucked. One of my best friends got fucked up one time and he started talking about Asian people. We never even seen any Asians in our life. And he
Never
started
in your life?
No, and I guess maybe like in a past life he might have known some Asians, you know. And so he starts bringing up their names, bro, and knowing them and knowing shit about them on this mattress in this house. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you're fucked up, bro. I'm leaving, right? So apparently I'm the kind of friend that when your friend is at his worst, you fucking leave, bro. Because I was
he's
just
talking about Chinese people.
Yeah, well,
He's never met Chinese people.
We never known any.
So what is he saying?
He's just saying like, hey, you remember fucking you remember fucking Sun Lam, bro? He was there for us, you know, and all this shit. I'm like, Sun Lam, bro? We don't know him, dude. You know, and he was fucking like talking about Dorothy, you know. We didn't know any Asians, bro. And I'm like, I gotta get away from
where
this
you came
dude.
from, when you grew up, there was no Asians in that neighborhood? Not when you were there. Now there's probably 4.
Yeah.
Right. Now there's
No, we live in a small town, dude. I mean, I
what's
remember.
the population?
We probably had about 2,000 growing up.
Oh, shit.
This one dude I remember was trying to be an Elvis impersonator. He said he was an Elvis impersonator, bro. But he was just a fucking alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need any Elvis, bro. You know? We got 2,000 people. We need fucking gas money. And we need
jobs.
good. Yeah, we need ideas, bro. Give us some fucking ideas.
Those fucking Elvis impersonators are a pain in the ass.
Oh, they're the worst, dude.
They really are.
Get a
dog.
fucking life,
I got to
bro.
tell you something. You know, I told Lee before, when I first got into comedy, when I got serious about it in 94, there was a guy in Denver who used to go to Comedy Works. And I knew his haircut looked familiar. You know, like when you look at somebody like, their haircut looks familiar, but who am I? I'm on coke, pills, you know, I'm eating badass, I'm eating bad, I got terrible habits. Who am I to fuck around with somebody's haircut?
I got fucking terrible habits.
And all of a sudden I got a call from the guy and he goes, hey, I'm doing a gig. You know, dog, in those days, $50. You know, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in an hour. And I show up and he comes to the door and he's got to weigh $350 and he's got the belt on, the whole Elvis suit. And, you know, I mean, the guy is.
Did you know that was going to be like that?
No, yeah, I knew the whole time. I was at home preparing for this shit. No, when I walk in the fucking door, there he is, all fucking bigger than life. And
I
I'm
hate it
like,
when they surprise you with
and he's
that.
like, I'm the Elvis impersonator. Just do 10 minutes in front of me. And you know what? I think I was supposed to get $50. He gave me a yardstick.
Wow.
And then he calls me 3 months later. He goes, hey, I opened up a bar. Hilarious. So I get to this bar. It's Wednesday nights. He's the main act. And he brings up 3 comedians. And at the end, he sings all those Elvis songs. And he's fucking horrible. Yeah. I mean, he's fucking horrible. He's smoking cigarettes. His teeth are green.
Yeah, they're
he's
horrible.
Boozing. He's fucking fat. He had let himself go, but
Sounds like Elvis, actually.
Yeah,
a little bit,
this
but
sounds
but
like
no
Elvis.
voice. No
But
voice.
you know what this guy did? He was an Elvis impersonator, and somewhere that was his claim to fame. I mean, the whole inside of the club was Elvis themed,
Right.
but it had a wall of write-ups about him. You know, all the awards he won and shit. He was a Vegas boy.
And he was no good. Maybe at some point he was.
I mean, you know, at this point, and he fucking bought this club. They bought him out in Vegas. Like, they bought him out because his voice is so bad. I don't fucking know. And he went to Colorado and opened up a fucking little bar. Like, it wasn't even a bar, guy. It was like an old boutique that he turned into a bar during the week. And he sang Elvis songs.
It was a woman's closet.
Hysterical. But you know what, man? Whatever the guy said he would always pay me, he'd pay me double.
Wow.
He never tried to stick a finger up my ass. He never did drugs or nothing. But he always bought me a drink. He'd go, take a drink. You know, he goes, I'm not going to give you two because I'm not going to be responsible for you driving.
Right.
Even if you have money, I don't want you drinking here. Go drink next door.
Yeah.
But he was solid. Like, he liked me as a comic, and he always paid me, and he didn't blow smoke up my ass. It's not like he was going to make a video and take me to Vegas. Thinking back, and I forgot his name, and I'm really sorry. Good dude. He was just a terrible Elvis.
Yeah.
I wonder if Elvis
not?
No. I think if Elvis came back to life, he'd shoot half these impersonators. Like, that's hell for Elvis. Like, that's his hell.
That's a great movie. Like, Elvis comes back and kills
goes
all the
fucking impersonators, dog. That's it. All the bad ones that are making ta 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 ta. Instead of ISIS coming in and shooting everybody, it's a fat Elvis with a missing leg and a decapitated neck and shit. And he shoots people. He goes to the kitchen. He takes something. He leaves and shit. And the cops don't mess with him because it's Elvis. They know it's Elvis.
This dude was the worst, bro. He was the worst, and he wasn't like he had no work. They let him dress up like like Santa around Christmas. Let him wave at the trains and shit coming into town, you know, like seasonal greeter, you know, and he'd always like you'd see him and he'd be like, you know, it's like, chill the fuck out,
dude.
Give it a break.
Yeah. It's just us.
You're an alcoholic.
Yeah, you know, fucking Elvis impersonator.
You're not even in uniform. You're in an alley right now. And his kids, he made them be Pentecostal. He had 4 kids, no mom. He made them be Pentecostals, kept them in the yard.
What's Pentecostal mean?
It just means they wear like big clothes and believe in like God, like I think a lot. You know, but they wear like just huge clothes, so like cheap clothes, like they look like the kids look like rodeo clowns, you know, like they just look, you know, like. And the girl let me feel her breast actually one time through the bar. They had a barbed wire fence around their house. The girl let me feel some fucking titty. What was her name? What was it? Barbara, I think. Or
Barbara
something.
fucking bars.
Yeah, Barbara fucking breast, right?
Fucking
let me feel that fucking hard nipple through some fucking barbed wire, right? His son used to eat fucking tuna and ice cream every day and vomit on the bus, dude. So people would fucking beat him up.
Wait a second. Would he eat the tuna first or the ice cream?
I don't know. He showed up with both of them already in him, and people would fucking beat him, and he'd already be sick. He'd already be sick, dude. And the fucking dad. The dad made the kid a wooden shirt one year for fucking Christmas, dude. Made him a fucking shirt out of wood. I'm coming up from church. It's Wednesday. And they're in the garage, bro. I swear to God, dude.
Was it like cool or was it just like a big box that he just...
No, it was horrible. I mean, at the time it was cool. You know, at the time it was. I mean, it was kind of beautiful. The kid like cried and shit when he put him in it.
I could have been at home right now watching Empire, jumping up and down with black people.
Yeah,
fucking donuts and shit. And you're over here telling me this crazy shit. Who else eats a mushroom on a Wednesday? I'm sitting here going,
just us, dude.
What is wrong with me? I should know better, but I don't give a fuck anymore. Like it's at to the point in my life where, you know what? I look at my drawer and I got Quaaludes in there. I got fucking grenades.
You got fucking baby pacifiers.
I'm done. I got to do all this shit that's in there. Baby pacifiers.
But those are for you.
You know, you look at all this mushrooms and you go on the road and you're like, what the fuck? People are actually doing this shit every night. And I'm sitting, you know.
Yeah, but my friends today, they were excited. Like, you're going with Mad Flavor, dude. We're going to tune in, you know? I mean, so I think that, you know, we're getting to live some of the dream that other people don't get to live, you know? When you're sitting at home and, you know, you probably sit next to your wife or your husband, or, you know, somebody you might not even fucking, maybe you do love them still, but who knows, you know? You need a little fucking speed bump, you know? But yeah, that dude made his son a wooden shirt, and then some kids spray painted swastikas on it, man.
Motherfucker.
That's fucked.
You can't wash a shirt.
Yeah, they spray painted swastikas on the wood. But no, we didn't have any Jews either. We didn't have anybody. You know, people just seen like a swastika on like a pamphlet or something. You know, but we didn't have any Jews. It was just just local art, and somebody fucking spray painted the
Now, what
shirt.
was the population? How many black people out of 2,000?
You probably had, I would guess, about 1,100 brothers. And they were gaining ground quick, dude. You could hear them fucking at night. Almost, bro. If you put your ear up to the woods, that's what they would say.
No.
But it was like...
Any Latinos in that
No.
market at that time creeping in?
We have one kid.
How long have you been gone for now?
One kid. I've been gone for... From that town, I've been gone for... I left there when I was probably maybe 13. I've been gone... Yeah, I'm 36 now. Whatever that is.
23.
23 years. Thanks, Lee.
That's a real Jew. Even with mushrooms, fucking...
I don't even need a calculator.
He could be passed out and he'll just pop his head 23. And he'll go right back to sleep with a little sleep apnea.
He's still giving estimates. They had one Mexican kid, this kid, Nicholas, man, the raper. He fucking supposed to write rapper on his shirt. I don't know if I told you that.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, raper.
Yeah, and they fucking wrote raper and they expelled him. That was the first Mexican we ever had.
What? Was your dad Spanish?
Man, my dad was Nicaraguan. I'm Polish Nicaraguan. I'm one of the few, you know. There's probably 11 of us out there. I don't know what LSD suppository, some kind of suppositories, dude. People were doing. Oh my God. Yeah, it was like just putting these like little. They were kind of I don't want to say pink. They were kind of reddish looking little. Fucking throwing rainbow treats up your ass.
It's not manly enough if it's pink.
I mean, it was, yeah. And people was doing these LSD suppositories. This dude had I remember he probably had about 400 of them. I don't know where he got them from, Germany or somewhere, Iceland or something. And to us, that was like, they got them from Saturn. We never even heard of that. Germany, we'll fucking do this. And people were doing acid, or whatever it was, doing the suppositories, I remember, for a while. So I liked psychedelics a little bit when I was younger. And what else, dude? And then, but out here, I don't know what happened, man. I just had a couple of crazy nights. And then I was like, I'm going to try something different, man. So I just decided I'm going to stop partying. So now I got about 6 months. I've been sober since last time I walked out of here, I went over to the Improv and did a set high on mushrooms, and they were flicking the lights on stage, bro. I still have it on video, man. I'll put it out. I'll put it out for your for your Legion.
How old are you now?
36, man. I'm an adult.
It's tough to say to yourself, this is it. You have those nights, and like we were saying, you had a spectacular night in my world. Like where I came from, that's a spectacular night.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in a cab, going for blow, then the guy hooks you up with a chick. You fucked the chick in the cab.
No, he did.
Oh, he fucked her in the cab. Oh, no, this is craziness. Now, what time did this night end?
Dude, so what happened with that night was... Let me revamp it for you. So what happened was I went to a party, bro, and I didn't even plan on drinking.
No, you're in New York doing
I'm in
comedy.
New York City. Yep, I'm in New York City. Yep, I was doing comedy. I had a sublet there. I was just kind of experiencing the city. We talked once or twice when I was there, and I was enjoying it, man. It was good. And then I went to a party one night, and afterwards they were drinking at the party, and I just felt uncomfortable, dude. To be honest, man, most of my life I have felt uncomfortable, bro. I don't know what it is. Like in a lot of environments, I just feel uncomfortable, bro.
Out of place?
Out of place,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You feel that ever?
All the time.
What do you mean ever? There's more times that I feel in place. Like that's the weird times. But it's like my girlfriend and I were just talking about it because we stayed in on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But seeing the shots of Times Square and seeing the shots of the clubs, maybe I should have done something a little bit more social, but that is not. I'd rather be in a box than in a club. Like that would feel so uncomfortable there. Like a New Year's Eve club, like that's not me at all.
Well, you don't see in a club too. They show you the picture. You don't see people getting fucking molested in the background and people, But at least light a candle or something for your lady. Do you do anything?
Oh well, yeah. Well, Joey's gonna make fun of me. We went away the weekend before. We went to Long Beach. As funny as it sounds.
They took a trip to Long Beach, dude.
I don't know.
Probably to pick up rent, right?
This is amazing. This is just amazing.
So anyway, bro, I can't even get what that was it. You took your girl to a fucking Long
No, she
Beach?
took me. She took me.
Jesus Christ, bro.
But then we just decided to come home because it was raining.
Because it was raining.
Yeah, what are we gonna sit in someone else's apartment on New Year's Eve down in Long Beach when I have a nicer apartment up here?
Bro, what the fuck?
It's a horror show. I tried, and I keep
It
losing
sounds like The
them.
Notebook.
I'm losing them by the month.
It sounds like The
I
Notebook
sit
for
here
two
and I
people
go,
on
this
Down
is-
syndrome.
No,
bro.
this was something that when he told me, I go, what? Now, when he told me, I thought they were going to leave Friday night, go to a hotel like
Yeah.
normal Americans, right?
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, get a little room service, gives her a stabbing,
Yeah.
take a walk down, come back, smoke a joint, eat a Star, maybe about 6, take it to a nice fucking restaurant, 6, 7 o'clock sitting, dog. So you're out of there by 9:30. You take it back to the apartment, give it straight up, eat 3 more Stars, and watch some stupid movie. I thought that's what he was doing.
America.
I got a call from him Thursday at lunchtime. So yeah, we're about to leave. I go, leave where? Long Beach. I almost shot myself in the fucking head. I go, this kid can't be this stupid. And then that night I went out to dinner. I had to do a set last week, and I had 2 hours to kill. I told my wife, don't even make dinner. I'm going to eat dinner in Hollywood. There's no sense in me coming back.
Yeah.
I did a set for Penn State. So I had 2 hours to kill, so I went to Chibo. That's one of my favorite places.
Is it a
in
good
Hollywood.
place? I never even been there. I
I
see
don't,
it.
I don't eat the pizza. I don't eat none of that shit. I get the salad. It's delicious. The minute whatever salad, and the Big Mama spaghetti with no meat, just pasta with sauce and they got cheese. And they
good.
give you a small serving. It's always been good. I've been eating there for fucking years.
Wow.
And that's what I eat. I go there 3 times a year, dog. If I'm lucky, I got 3 times to drive by. I got an hour here.
Yeah.
I got an audition. I plan it. I go, okay. I got an hour and a half. I might as well go to fucking
Chibo today.
Chibo's, and I get excited. You know?
Yeah.
I sit next to a guy. I go to the bar and I see the bartender. And he's an old door guy from the Improv. We start chit chatting. 2 things down from me is a guy from Emerson College. And right away, I got to ask him. I had to ask him, what do they teach you up there? Because I know a guy from Emerson College, and I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. I go, I hired him because I thought he was sharper than I was, but lately he's been slipping. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And that was Lee?
That was Lee. Wow. He went to Long Beach Thursday afternoon for New Year's. Now, I could see it. Like I said, Friday after all the traffic is there. Now, here's the best one. Here's the best one out of all of them. I call him Thursday night, or he calls me. We're talking, and the conversation. And all of a sudden he goes, yeah, we Airbnb'd. I go, you're not even in a fucking hotel with like a fucking elliptical that you can go to the elliptical. You've been home all week with her, and now you go down there for 2 more fucking nights with her to do nothing, to look at each other and eat cookies and shit.
At a stranger's apartment.
And watch really bad TV in a stranger's apartment. This was something that I
You're
was like,
squatters, bro.
I don't know. Like
You're
what?
fucking squatters.
When he
dude.
called me Saturday and told me he was coming back, I wanted to tell him, just GPS the car through the ocean to the Santa Monica Pier and take the car right off the fucking pier and end it. Because it ain't getting no better in your life. He went away to Long Beach. And every morning when I woke up since that, today there was a burglary in Long Beach where the guy shot the burglar. He shot the burglar. Every day I woke up and that morning, all I was waiting
You
for.
were praying for it to be like Lee's apartment?
No, like to see Lee fucking shot in the head. Like Lee got hit by a car coming with a box of wings. They got poor girlfriend on the thing. I don't know what happened. The guy didn't stop at a red light.
The saddest part is
Who the fuck goes to Long Beach for
I don't know.
vacation?
Okay.
Lee used to treat himself to a nice night at Chibo at the bar. And now a few years later, he's finally got a girl.
No, that wasn't me. He was at Chibo that night and he was thinking about me.
Yeah, because the guy was from Emerson. I had to ask him, what do they teach you there? Do they teach you anything? Or what the fuck do you have to eat there?
I'll be honest. Okay, this was we couldn't fly anywhere. We didn't have enough time, so this is what you chose. But we actually had a good time. The fucking aquarium and Queen Mary are fucking awesome when you're stoned as fuck. But this is what I did want to talk to you guys
28
about.
years old. You see what I got to deal with?
Airbnb
The aquarium.
is it feels like squat. Like it was the weirdest experience of my life.
They let you touch any animals? They got the petting zoo in there?
Yeah. Well, at the aquarium, yeah. But at the I thought you were talking about the apartment for a second.
No, not at the Airbnb, dude. You fucking
Like
petting
this-
other roommates?
Like there's roaches in the apartment.
You massaging other roommates?
No, thank God there weren't roommates.
This guy. Imagine if there was a roommate. He takes his lady out.
It
was
it's
like
a horror show.
yeah.
I live in a fucking world between him and my wife. I'm not gonna make it to 56. I'm not gonna make it to. I just spent 4 weeks in that house with my wife.
Wow.
It's a torture chamber. It's a fucking house of horrors. I love it with all my heart.
It's a torture chamber.
What's the worst part? Like, what's the worst part? Honestly,
it being 9:30
in the morning
at night, and just sitting there, not having a spot because I don't want to be at the store every night, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't need to be at the store every night. There's young guys coming up. I know how I felt when I was coming up, and I had shit to do. And there's some old guy that's coming down. I'm good enough. 2 spots a week, I'm good. This week I'm doing Thursday. Tomorrow night I'll do flappers. If I get out jiu-jitsu early Wednesday, I'll pop into someplace. But, you know, I got a gig Friday. I'm fucking good. I'm not working on nothing. I'm just putting a couple bits together, finding my new fucking voice, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when you travel, it breaks the monotony up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was home for 4 fucking weeks. And it was the holidays, and one of those weeks the baby was home all week. That's tough.
Baby's off of school?
All week. 1 week vacation.
What did the
And it
baby...
rained 3 of those days. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to ride the bicycle.
It's like a triple threat of. So do parents hate
The
vacations?
truth of the matter is that I'm a dud. I've always been a dud. You know, Lee says that he feels uncomfortable out. I'll tell you where I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable in a bar where the bartender's a good-looking woman in 1924.
Yeah.
She still has tits. She wears push-up bras. She's got freckles on her tits. She's got a sense of humor. The bar seats 20. She serves some fucking food in there that's kick-ass. There's a jukebox. There's music. You know what? At this age, I don't want a fucking pool table.
Yeah.
And I don't want a dartboard. I don't want a lot of movement. I never like movement.
Yeah.
Sit down, have a fucking beer, and talk to me if you want to do this. If you're going to be moving around, go somewhere else. Shoot a pool and arguments, and I can't walk. This guy's throwing a fucking dart at me. You know, I just want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to do. That's my ideal bar. And to be strictly honest with you, since the age of 16, that was always my ideal bar. Once we started going out to those discos, I've said it once, I've said it before. My wife asked me on the ride home the other day from dinner, we were listening to Studio 54 on Sirius XM, and she goes, "So you used to go disco dancing?" I go, "Are you crazy? I was a kid when that shit came out."
Yeah.
I go, when I was in high school, I could put a handful of times I went to clubs. Went to studio, but I went to studio in 84. There was nothing going on in the studio no more. It was a Thursday night.
84?
Yeah, I was going to Club Aria like twice. I went to like the Rooftop 4, 5, 6 times. But I was never a club guy, bro.
Yeah.
Look at me. I knew who the fuck I was. I belonged to the neighborhood bar with a bartender named Lila.
Yeah.
She had a dog behind the bar. The dog slept the whole fucking time. And that's the bar I grew up in, Joe and Mary's. They had a little circular biscuit thing, like a bakery thing in the middle. And it would have a cover. And in the middle, there was ham and cheese sandwiches.
Oh, that's
cut in
beautiful.
half. So if you want a sandwich, you just went over and got it. They had Stewart sandwiches. And next to it was a... not Don't Cook Tonight called Chicken Delight. It was a Chick-fil. Not Chick-fil-A. This is when chicken was chicken. And one of the kids we hung with was the fucking cook. So at the end of the shift, he'd come over to the bar with a box of chicken from the leftover chicken from the whole fucking night. It was, and you had a tab, and the guy that ran the place was a loan shark. So if you fucking needed to buy an 8-ball, you could borrow 300 from him on the spot. I still own 8,000 from 1980 fucking 2. You know, I never thought, the first time I went to Vegas, dog, I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I just always felt very insecure in those places. Always. Still do.
Yeah, that's how I felt,
Still
man.
do. And I always had an excuse in my head on why I felt insecure. When I was younger, it was that I wasn't good looking enough and I'm a criminal. These people are all nice people. These aren't the environment I want to hang with, and these people don't want to hang with me. You know? And when I got to a certain age, it was I was too old. And then now I'm like, I just feel like a plain out fucking pervert.
Yeah.
Like I remember being 25 and seeing like 50-year-old guys thinking, why is this fucking guy here?
This dude's a pervert.
Lee is a sweetheart. I've seen Lee at a bar.
No, I could tell he's a gentleman.
Lee wants to go to a bar and watch a football game and have a bucket of wings, and he wants to yell maybe a little bit. He doesn't want nobody close to him yelling. He doesn't want nobody. Lee will pay $3 extra just to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to sit in the white section.
Lee wouldn't do good in Studio 54.
No.
Lee, what's he going to do? Have one drink? People are trying to talk to him. I never liked going to a place where the music was loud. That's where you lose Uncle Joey.
Yeah.
If I can't talk to you the way we're talking now, I don't want to be
lost.
in it, dog. I'm lost, you know?
Yeah, see, that's the same as for me, man. But I would, for some reason, I kept making excuses that made me, like, less than, you know? So, like, oh, it's my fault that I don't fit in here. Instead of just being like, oh, this isn't my environment, you know?
Now, why didn't you feel it was your environment? Where
I just felt like you
feel
said.
Older?
No, I felt like, you know, like these people were rich, or these people were better than me, or these people, I'm kind of a bit of a miscreant, you know. I grew up on the other side of the tracks, and these people.
But they don't know it. Like, that's the thing I always thought, because my whole thing comes from, like, I've always been chubby and short. You're like a tall, in shape, good looking dude. I'd look at you and I think there's nothing wrong in his life at all. Like, there's no way he's self-conscious about anything.
Well, that's
Now,
we're both wrong, man. I look at you and I think this guy's fucking
what environment
got it all.
Animals,
You know?
Joey here with my main man, nephew, all around great guy and hilarious comedian, my brother, Mr. Theo Von, and my little fucking Jewish friend, Mr. Lee Sayat.
The Jewish jingle bell, baby.
Johnny Hummus.
Wow.
St. Louis, thank you very much for coming out to the shows this weekend at Helium. I had a fucking blast with you people. I really did. The food was great. $12 for lunch. You know, I could move there and become one of those 600-pound man. Then you're gonna take me via cargo to Houston and shit, where I feel every pothole in my asshole. Anyway, Theo Von, what up?
Good to be here, man.
Great
Thank
to be here. It's a special occasion tonight. I mean,
yeah.
it's Theo Von's 1 year sobriety, and where else to spend it? Here on the church with two vagabond fucking THC smokers, myself and the Flying Jew.
Two fucking hitchhikers on the Spirit Highway, man. I love it.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank
July
you.
17th. I remember that date forever because I'll think about you. It's fucking great.
Well, thanks, man. You've been super supportive, dude. Whether whatever I'm doing, music or no, I don't even do music, dude.
Whatever. I don't give a fuck. You want to play the flute? Play the flute. You want to make noise? Make noise.
Joey's really supportive.
I'll make a phone call. My niggas come here like the Gotti boys. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, comedy or just chilling, you've always been supportive, man. So I'm happy. I feel I was gonna go to a meeting tonight, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come here and spend it with you guys, man. So thank you
very much.
Thank
This
you
is
for
a
having me.
meeting. This is a meeting because
That's what I thought.
we're gonna get more from it than we get at a meeting sometimes tonight. Because before the show started, we were talking about the use and abuse we were doing, you know, and how we were doing it, and the scams and the mental things you go to in just the first year. I remember it took me 90 days to just fucking realize what was going on, and I would go to bed early. I'd force myself to go to bed early, not to have that withdrawal.
Yeah.
You know, that nighttime withdrawal.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
Yeah, it's true. The later you stay up, the more you get lonely. You know, you can feel the wolves starting to kind of climb around inside of you. You know, that's how I feel. Like, I feel, like you got these dangerous squirrels that kind of live inside of you. And the later you stay up, the more they start, kind of peeking their head around, looking for drugs or looking for pussy or something, And I feel like if I would go to bed earlier, shut things down, like we'd get a book or do something calm, light a candle, do something that kind of sets my mind down a little bit, that I would feel better. That's what I started to notice,
So addiction it's like a mental thing for you. It seems like it's not like a. I always thought addiction would be like a more of a physical thing. That sounded very mental.
It's both.
Yeah,
it's both. It starts mental. For me, at the end, the last 2 years, like I've said before, dog, at 5 to 8, my body would ache.
Really?
No matter what I ate for dinner, no matter what type of a day I had, at 5 to 8, bro, my body would start hurting. And I couldn't think. I couldn't think except going to the ATM. That was all that was on my mind.
Yeah.
And as soon as that man answered the phone, my heart started beating. I'd take a shit and leave, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you came in here and told me the story about New York a year ago,
yeah,
I think that scared you a little bit that night. That made you realize. I've always thought about that story and how you said it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I always thought that you're very intelligent because you learned something that night. That was nothing. It could always get worse. You know?
Yeah, it just kind of affected. Like, I showed up at Opie and Jim over there with Jim Norton and at their show, and I was fucked up, you know. Couldn't even talk. I just had like my mouth open. Daryl Strawberry's there, you know, and he freaking, and I'm like Doc Gooden, you know. I'm out there, you know, look like I just been smoking the moon, you know, and I kept drinking coffees, and I couldn't close my mouth also, which was weird after a while, you know, when you can't even close your mouth, and they kept giving me hot coffee, and I was just like, damn, man. I just kept thinking, you know, I wouldn't have chose to be in this situation. If somebody would asked me a year earlier, hey, you want to go on Opie and Jim Norton, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm excited. And they're like, yeah, do you want to stay up do cocaine all night the night before you go on there? I'd have been like, no way, bro. I got to be in top condition when I get there. But here I was doing that, so I'm thinking I must not be making all of the choices for myself, you know. That the drugs were starting to make some choices for
How long
me.
had you been doing cocaine at that time?
Not that long, man, you know. And I just had a couple of, but every time I would get heavy into it, you know, maybe a couple years, but just sparingly, occasionally.
But when you would go, you would go.
Yeah, when I would go, and I started to notice it was like, first it was like 6 times a year, you know, and then it became like once a month, and then it was becoming once a week, you know. And so I was like, oh, this is escalating, man. And that shit escalates quick, dude. Like one night I was in my apartment, dude, and I was all fucked up, and I used to put on, I had gotten a box of vests, dude. Somebody had ordered some vests, and I don't know if it was like a joke or somebody accidentally got some vests sent to the wrong person, you know, but I got a box of
vests,
you know, different types of, you know, vests, shirts without arms, you know.
So, yeah.
And
different colors and everything?
Different colors, different styles, different patterns, everything. And so I would, like, at night I'd be doing all this cocaine and putting on these vests and shit and kind of, you know, like enjoying myself a little bit. Listening to some good music, you know, some Aerosmith or something, you know, just vibing, you know. And one night I was making a milkshake because I don't like to eat, honestly. I like to make milkshakes more often. So I'm making a milkshake, and I left the blend, and I got the blender on, right? And I went outside of my apartment door, and the door locked, dude, right? No. It's like 4 a.m. My blender's going, right? I'm out there high on cocaine. I got on this vest, this kind of tangerine, kind of, I guess, I don't know what material it was, maybe like Mogadishu or something, you know, something fucking kind of fly. So this thing's fucking going, dude. There's only like 8 units in my building, right? So I'm like, and then I guess the machine started smoking. The alarm starts going off, right? Now it's 4 a.m., dude. I got the thing shorted out. Thank God the blender shorted out, but I got the alarm going off in the building now. I'm standing outside of my apartment wearing boxers and this fucking orange vest. Got on sunshades, and then my landlord comes out, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know, like, just look at the shit that's going on, you know. And now I got to tell him I'm just up going to piss, you know, like, so just things like that started to get weird, you know. I remember I fell asleep in some lady's bed and just urinated in her bed, and she got angry, you know. And she let me sleep over, and I usually tell people before I sleep over that I'll wet the bed once in a while, you know. So, but anyway, man, it was just wild stuff started to happen, you know. I'd be over at people's houses, you know, just it's getting late, you know, you're touching some girl's crotch outside of an apartment building over there in, you know, Studio City or out near the airport, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing, you know? It's not bad, but I'm, you know, I did this already. I'm still doing this, you know? So that was some of the issues that I started to notice, some of the patterns, you know?
It's very sad when you look back at the stupid shit you did, and it's true. It starts off, the talk we were having before the podcast started is it always starts off recreational.
Yeah.
Listen, man, for me in LA, what's a good time for me in LA? When I would get a call in 99, 2002, dog, you know, I would get that call on Monday, and they'd say, you have spots Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In the old days, you called on Monday, and Tuesday morning they called you at Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. She wouldn't give you Friday, Saturday till Friday at fucking 2.
Oh.
She would bury you till Friday, and you could keep calling. He'd go, I don't know. Sometimes they'd be there Thursday. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. I would You look at the week and you see what you got, and you plan. I would plan because for me, the best time I ever had in L.A. was going to the store, drinking a cocktail and drinking sodas before I went on stage.
Yeah,
I try. He's
it's like being a
little
straight
brother.
gay guy, bro.
He's my little brother. I gotta accept him. What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He's a beautiful animal. One of my 70 favorite people right there, Lee Syed.
The top 70 people in People magazine. That's your favorite. Lee Syed's a bad motherfucker.
One of my favorite 70 people, dead or alive, dude.
I don't think I know 70 people.
Yeah, you do. Every fucking body who dies, they always make 250 mass cards for you. Did you know that?
Dude, really?
Yeah, because everybody on the average knows 250 fucking people. That's why in business you have to be nice to everybody. Because everybody knows 250 people. At least. Not Twitter, not Facebook.
Right.
You've been in contact with 250 people. If you die by the age of 50, between classmates, high school mates, college mates, people at your job over 25, 30 fucking years, that's the average.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. You learn that when you buy Telemarketing in the 70s. That book helped me in more ways than one.
Telemarketing in the 70s.
If you want to sell, that's what you fucking sell.
Yeah.
You're selling generations. So let's say you sell fucking vacuums and you're serious about it. What you hope is that Lee becomes your Goomba, and Lee's son buys your vacuums, Lee's daughter buys your vacuums, Lee's wife, his
you
sister.
want fifth generation on them cumes.
That's what you do. That's what a good fucking salesman does. It's so weird.
You're at the christening, you're doing everything. You're in the back.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you this. My sister used to be a exotic dancer, right? She used to be in the fucking...
Where?
Louisiana, kind of certain areas,
That's a tough living.
Yeah, it's a tough area, especially out there. And she actually learned to dance, and I remember, this is wild, bro. She learned to dance in it was like a trailer, right? It was like a exotic place, but it was a trailer. But the stage wasn't very high, and the stage was too high in the trailer. So the dancers had to crouch and strip and dance at the same time, dude. So if you were over 5'4", you had to duck and look sexy, and that's hard to do, man. Think about that.
I've never had to think about that because I'd be fine in that trailer.
Oh yeah, you'd be good, bro. Oh, you'd be the dessert dancer, bro. They bring you out with the creme brulee, man.
Shit.
The fucking Lee would take the stage like a fucking Thanksgiving treat.
How many creme brulees do you think Lee would sell?
Oh.
That motherfucker came out every hour on the hour.
At least 8.
At least 8 an hour.
I would sell 8 every 15 minutes.
But there's only so many people in the building, but it's a very small club.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah, but if they're coming to this club and to see me, they like dessert.
How long was your sister exotic dancer for?
She was probably out there for, I guess, about 8 years.
Were you
probably.
mad at her?
8 years in the trailer?
Oh no, she just started there. She went into buildings that were zoned correctly and everything.
With
so
poles and shit.
She could stretch out.
Did you get mad at her all those years? Were you upset with her?
Let me think, man. We weren't really close growing up. I mean, actually,
older than you or younger than you?
Younger than me.
Okay, yeah. So you were upset.
I mean, I was. Well, the crazy part was, honestly, we look alike. So I would see dudes sometimes looking at me weirdly, around when I was out at lunch and shit, and they were like, "Do I know you?"
Goatee?
Yeah, she got a fucking goatee, dude.
Fucking hilarious.
But so I guess that if we wouldn't have looked alike, it might have not been so wild to me. But you know what, dude? She didn't have, she was missing some elements growing up, and. I respect any women if they're out there in those type of environments, because it's a hard environment, and that because otherwise, if you're not doing that, what are you doing then? If you're at that doorstep where you are, where you're looking for an occupation, but if you're not doing that, you're probably up to some dark art.
Sorry about that.
What the fuck, bro?
I hear music.
That's Joey's ringtone?
It's like Elvis for the holidays, bro. You on some fucking Memphis email list, bro?
I don't fucking know.
What kind of, did you go to that strip club in the trailer?
I mean, I'd been over there before, but I didn't. I wouldn't go there with my sister.
Well, no, I would hope not. But I can't even imagine. Is it just like a construction trailer that they just put a little stage in and a couple folding chairs?
I mean, I don't think that they had you know, I don't know if what their long-term business model was, you know. I mean, I'll say that, but they, you know, it was good. It was a small town place, you know, and people were enjoying themselves. And but yeah, I mean, I love my sister. She's the best, you know. I mean, she's a fucking G, man. She's a fucking G. You know, she's real as they get.
It's crazy because.
Well, what were we talking about?
Squatting in the trailer.
But even got into this conversation.
No, it's just weird that did she ever go to a big city and dance, or did she keep it like Shreveport?
I mean, I think she, you know, nothing real crazy. I don't think. I mean, we weren't that close at a lot of that time.
She married now?
No,
Still
not
single.
married. Still single.
Ready to mingle.
Ready to mingle. Cool chick though.
Kids?
No kids.
Look, she kept it together, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's how. Listen, you're 22, right? You're 22. You got nothing going on. I mean, what are your fucking options? You're gonna go work at a vet, or a daycare for $8 an hour or whatever. As a young girl, I mean, you know, and I have a daughter. How would it feel if she came to me and said, "Look, I don't want to go to fucking college, but I got an answer. I'm gonna go strip for 5 years, for 4 years. The 4 years I could have been in college, I'm gonna go strip." But you're not that intelligent to grasp it at that time.
Right.
The girls that go into that, and I'm not talking on that line here because they were missing something. You know, for the first time, somebody paid attention to them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, she was abused. She had like this violent kind of black boyfriend she dated and that abused, and I think that's what got her into it. You know.
You know, it's just you don't give a fuck about yourself. But think about it with what you know now.
Yeah.
The knowledge you have now. If you were fucking an 18-year-old chick, your tits were hot, you got a nice little ass, all these guys are torturing you all the time, they're fucking broke. You know, I mean, as a woman, you go, you know what, I wasn't raised to do this.
Yeah.
But it's 2017.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Subway and be surrounded by stiffs or some, you know.
Dudes jerking off over there anyway.
Yeah. So
they caught 2 dudes jerking off by our Subway. At least, yeah. There was something about it. I think it was just... I don't know. It could have been the air freshener or something they used. Literally, the Subway fucking made you feel erect, bro. I think they had one of those lavender air things in the bathroom.
And I'm not making fun of Subway employees. I always tell Lee that my biggest fear is when you walk into Subway, like who I thought I was going to turn out to be, honest to God. And I didn't want this. You ever go into Subway and everybody's 22, but then there's one guy that's 50 with a ponytail.
That was you?
And he's got an earring and he's still cool. Like he's still fighting the fucking cool. It don't matter that he lives in an apartment with 8 dudes and
whatever.
When he got home the other night, they were listening to Aqualung, and doesn't matter. What matters is that he went to see Guns N' Roses, you know, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And, this is what's going on. And,
he's living his life.
Yeah, he's living his life, but he didn't really look at the other part of your life. He didn't look at it latter when life moves fucking fast, and you're still talking about some fucking band.
Yeah.
When everybody else your age
is growing
the fuck up. You know, it's kind of a weird. I was always scared to be that guy. That petrified me, Lee.
Well, I mean, don't you think it would take like a very specific kind of person to be a stripper and not get affected by it? Because you're talking like, oh, it'd be great.
2 out of fucking 10.
Right.
The percentages. 2 out of 10 if you make an educated guess.
Yeah.
I went to a strip club a year ago, 9 months ago. I get bored. I'm like any other fucking guy. You come home one night, it's 10:15, everybody's fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
Everybody's asleep in my house at 10:15. Like, out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even fucking pudge somebody. The other night, I tried to wake my wife up to give me the pin to iTunes so I could order the fucking phone. She told me to go fuck myself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out in my fucking house at fucking 10:15.
Yeah.
So I go, let me go to Yum Yum Donuts. Then you're a fat fuck. You just sit at a donut stand waiting for the
By
world.
yourself.
I said, fuck it.
And they got a lot of transvestites out
If
there.
you stay on Colfax and go up to like Victory and make a left, there's a strip club. And I went in there, and I made an observation. You know, you're just sitting there looking at pussy and tits, and it's phenomenal. I'm not going to say that I didn't like it or it was dirty.
Yeah.
First off, the strip club is always empty.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't believe how empty it is. Like bone dry. Like there's 4 fucking guys sitting there drinking water because it's new and you drink water.
Like they're showing photos of people that were in there earlier in the day.
Yeah,
that's how fucking empty
you missed it. There was 4 people in here. And you talk to different girls. There was one girl I talked to that her boyfriend comes to comedy shows. She comes with him all the time.
Oh, wow.
And there was another girl that her boyfriend was a fucking fan of the podcast. And And you know, the whole, you know, you have all these girls that are in there that talk to you.
Yeah.
And I looked at them and I'm like, look at that girl. She's 18. There was one girl that was 20. You know, I'd give her the whole bank account.
Yeah.
You know, you look at her and go, you give her the whole bank account. Like, listen, just come home with me. Go get your clothes. I'm going to throw my Wi-Fi out when we get home.
Yeah, I'm sure. And for some dudes, they would do that.
And they would do that. And then you have the girls that are 42, man. They're out there banging it. They're eating grapefruit juice and jumping and fucking, you know, and you got to give them a heart. Like, you sit there and go, well, I know what she's going through.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick the 20-year-old because she's going to feel bad. But if I pick the 20-year-old,
right,
you know, the 20-year-old will glob all over you and suck your sperm. She doesn't know that there's HIV out there and chlamydia of the mouth and shit.
Yeah, she's still thinking she could, you know.
Well, the 40-year-old gives you hand wipes because she knows you're going to finger her. And she don't want the leftover salt from the pretzel you had 2 hours earlier.
She's a G.
It's just really weird, bro, when you deal with, when they become a professional.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever bumped into a professional stripper?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It's a different game. Well, it's the same thing.
It's a different game, brother.
It's like staying at comedy for a certain period of time. It's like there's a certain day when you're like, you realize, I
know what you're doing.
And I'm
this
in
is
here.
what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And when you deal with a professional stripper, you go in there, dog. She takes you into the first room first. She'll give you a couple whips of her monkey.
Yeah,
she
maybe
won't let you touch it. And then she'll take you upstairs, bang you out for the small $4 and that's where she becomes a nun.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck happened? She sold you.
Yeah.
She ain't a stripper no more. She's a saleswoman now.
Yeah.
You want to fucking suck? That's $2,000 for this fucking piece of ass.
Yeah.
$2,000?
You want to look at me?
$2,000, motherfucker.
$2,000. They look at you with
they're
a
gonna
straight
squeeze
face.
you, bro.
You know what?
You want to smell my asshole and fucking eat a yogurt at the same time?
They're not gonna fuck 11 guys no more.
That's $3,000.
5. They're gonna fuck fucking 6 guys for $1,000.
Yeah.
And make $12,000 a week, or fuck $2,000.
I've thought about that. If you pay whatever that is, $2,500, that's not the whole night. That's like one round, I guess.
Oh, you can negotiate whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, thank God.
Dude, what about fucking just somebody regular and then tipping them after? Is that crazy, you think? Like if it's just a girl you met?
They get insulted.
Yeah.
I could see you telling the girl, listen, man, I'm going to go out of town on Thursday. I didn't know this was going to happen. I had a great time. Can you get $200 there? I'm going to leave it there for you to do your toes, your nails, and get yourself lunch with your girlfriend, you know?
Yeah, that's a way to do it.
It's how you fucking do it. You know, it's not making them feel like a fucking hooker.
Yeah.
But
you can't fuck, yeah.
You know, it's like right now, Harvey Weinstein's getting in trouble for all this shit. And yeah, he's a pig. But you gotta admit, there's 1,000 guys out there. I used to date a girl, bro, that was a stripper. Mm-hmm. And after a year or two, I accepted what she did. And I used to just talk to her sometimes. And by talking to her, it really showed me how pathetic men were. Mm. Because not even in my deepest, darkest moment would I do something like that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I like fucking getting your dick sucked. Everybody does. Everybody likes to bump into somebody and let they eat your monkey and have a good time.
Fucking leak out on somebody's car seat.
Especially as a comedian. But to walk into a strip club right out, and this is what they do every week. This is their freak. And I tell people all the time that you're married. So you have these boundaries.
Yeah.
And then you present yourself with personal boundaries. And you go, you know what? I got a wife, I got a kid, I got a daughter, I got to go home now 4 fucking hours. My wife don't bang me like she used to. She don't let me come in her hair no more. All those days are done.
Yeah.